Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Evolution Revolution TV. And I am so thrilled to have you with us today because I'm going to introduce you to a dear new friend, Marci Preble. Hi, Marci. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Susan?
So thankful to you and so grateful and so, excited to share this with everybody. It's just wonderful. And the reason we're here today is because Marci came through a terrible, challenging time because of health, which is something that I came through a number of years ago. And question number one, what do we fear? What does everybody fear? They fear being ill. So that is the number one thing. What do you fear? And it's the opposite. You can either be in fear or you can be in love. Most of us have heard that, right? So Marci is going to tell you first the challenging part, and stick with us for a few more minutes and we'll tell you how to turn all of that around, as both of us have done and many of our friends. Tell us, Marci.
Wow. Well, thank you, Susan. Yeah, I did have a challenging time. I've always been a businesswoman, a network marketer, go, go, go. And in 2017, there was a big stop. And one day I was just literally undressing and I saw in a mirror that I had this big thing coming out my right breast. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what is that? And, I should have been doing more prevention. I wasn't paying attention to myself, Susan. And so I went to the doctor and had it looked at, and it turned out to be stage 3 breast cancer. And my life very much changed for the next 2.5 years. And so we basically did 9 months of chemo, 6 weeks of radiation. I did a double mastectomy, and I was a really sick girl for a while. And because we chose to cut out first and not shrink the tumor down first, after just about 6 months, a small piece was trapped in something called an expander. And I had a reoccurrence. Blessed that it wasn't metastatic, but nonetheless, it was a reoccurrence, and it triggered PTSD really bad. Like after 9 months of chemo, are you kidding me? It's happening again. And right. And
it's unimaginable for most people. It's unspeakable that you had to endure that. And that, thank God, there is this miracle that every single person listening to this broadcast can access for themselves for the price of a latte each day.
Yeah.
So tell us more.
Yeah. So
about how you turned all this around.
Yeah. So crazy. I had another cutout and more radiation. And by this time, my body's really sick and I can't seem to get my immune system working again. But I'm cancer free, and in gratitude for that, right? And then they wanted to put me on a lot of metastatic breast cancer drugs, but my body couldn't handle any more drugs. It was done. And literally I prayed to God, I prayed to Spirit, whatever you want to call it. I just said, help me. And God told me, you're going to be fine. You got it. Get off the stuff and heal yourself. And I did. I got off the stuff.
The courage that it took. Yeah, and that's the most interesting thing.
Yeah, and it was really, I was afraid, do I listen to God or maybe I'm wrong? Maybe this is off. Maybe I need to go to 10 more doctors. I mean, that's the post-traumatic stress disorder I was having, right?
That's right. And so, actually, I just want to say that because I had asthma for so many years, because like you, I was completely committed to finding the solution. I did find the solution. I've been healthy for 15 years, but still the fear is always in the back of your mind with PTSD, which I have, and with all the solutions in the world, nobody knows, it doesn't show up. But the bottom line is, that's the difference between fear and love. When you don't know that what you're doing is changing your health, improving your health, making you healthy, healing your body every single day, it's normal to live in fear. So now tell them about this miracle. And again, just give them a brief taste.
Yeah,
please.
you know, and that's true. Fear is very interesting. And at some time I had to stop at, I had to move from fear, and I had to say, hope. I got this. I had to change. I had to decide I wanted to stay here, not go somewhere else, honestly. And so 3 months later, my girlfriend, who is a PhD in nutrition, Dr. Rhonda Donahue, she said, I found something, Marci, for us. It's called stem cell activation patches. It looks like this. And she said, basically what happens is made out of organic crystal, and when the light or heat of the skin activate it, it creates a light wave. And kind of like when you go out in the sun, an ultraviolet light creates more vitamin D in your system. And this light wave elevates something called a GHK copper peptide, a protein in our own body that activates your stem cells, mobilizes them to work again, and resets them to a healthier stage. She said, Marci, I go,
if that's not a miracle, I don't know what is.
right.
If that's not a miracle, I mean, not only a miracle for you and a miracle for me and anybody that's watching who wants to know more about it, but the invention of this is a miracle. So when we talk about what do we love, this is what we love.
Mm-hmm.
When we talk about what do we want to change in the world, this video and all that you and I do, and you've been doing it for 10 months, I've been doing it for 3 weeks, to have this new life, to tell people about this new life, this is what we want to change, right?
I want to heal humanity.
Exactly.
Why not?
Exactly.
Why not? Because we can, you know? And so what
Absolutely.
happened? Here's what happened. So Rhonda gave about 1 sleeve of this, 1 sleeve, and we each took 15 patches. And I put one here right below the back of my neck. And I wore it 12 hours on to activate, and then I threw it away, and 12 hours off to repair. Susan, my life has been changed ever since. The first 2 days, I felt the chemo coming out of my mouth. It was like a taste of metal. By day number 5, my skin got so soft. And by day 10, the PTSD was gone. I knew I was living and not dying. And I literally, I was in tears.
List some of the things, and let me just add a couple of mine. Remember, 3 weeks. I discovered this, my dear friend Carol told me about this on June 29th, 2020. So be really clear about this. And because I'm healthy, the very first time I put one of these on, I felt energized. I felt happy. I felt happier and more energized than I had in a long time. And for me, the complete reason is I didn't want to get old, and I don't want to look old. And I was heading down that slope. Having been so ill for so long and now being healthy for 15 years, I said, you know what? I'm done with ill. I'm done with exhausted. It just isn't fair. I have to find a solution. And that's what you did.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, when I realized that I was not in fear of having breast cancer again or dying, I knew that there was a purpose for me. There was a purpose. Like my journey in physical form on this planet wasn't supposed to be over yet. And after 15 days, I knew it. And I called Rhonda and I said, we need to share this. And we started sharing it. And today we have over 3,000 families that we're helping. And okay, here's the crazy thing, Susan. You ready? So I had a chemo hair, mullet. My hair was burnt like a mullet. Now I wore this cold cap, so I saved some of it, but it looked bad. I mean, look at this in 10 months. Not only does this stem cell activation patch, like the pluripotent stem cells, not only go to wherever you need to heal, and it does, the army mobilizes again and heals what you need. But there's these great side effects like longer hair, thicker hair, not as great. I mean, and that's right. That's because the stem cells are basically regenerating new, younger, healthier stem cells. And guess what?
All over your body. All over your body. Top to toe. The bottom of my feet has the skin of a child.
Right.
It is incredible.
That's
The
because,
bottom of my feet. And again, this is 3 weeks. So different parts of the body are recuperating faster. I have to say that the skin under my eyes is much younger and much firmer. And I know that different parts of my face and body are going to be recovering and restoring themselves at a different speed. Incredible. Amazing.
incredible. And one of the reasons your skin's so soft, Susan, you want me to tell you why?
Tell me why.
Because when you activate your own stem cells, it increases your own collagen production. And collagen is what makes our skin so soft.
Please, God, yes.
Right? Now, and here's another thing, Susan.
I did not know that. I did not know that.
That's why your skin looks so great on the bottom of your foot.
Oh, cool. And moving up. And it's funny, one of my dear friends who's younger than I am became involved in the company because I told him about it. So he already told me that his neck is tight and the age spots have faded from his hands. So I didn't even think that that was possible for me because I'm older than he is. And I looked in the mirror, and what was incredible to me is that there is more perfect skin on my hands and my arm. And 2 years ago, I had it lasered, and the laser did nothing. It didn't have any effect. And I was like, well, now what am I going to do? And here we are. And again, we're not doing this because of pure vanity and skin. That's just a byproduct. It's about health and joy.
Absolutely. Oh, health and joy. And here's the crazy thing. Did you know that at age 30, we lose 50% of our stem cell activity? And age 60, we lose almost all of it. So that's why we're not healing and repairing like our kids do. I mean, it makes sense, right? And so when you activate it again, it's like activating your own. This is done by light. This is not transdermal. There's nothing in here. It is through light. It's a light wave that tells your own body to activate. And when you do that, putting young activated stem cells on old tissue, guess what it does, Susan? It turns the tissue young again.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you that there are two places to put that patch. One is at the back of your neck below, just about an inch below where your collar would be. The other is an inch below your belly button. So I've been putting it on my belly button. I woke up one morning, I went to take it off, and the skin all around my belly button looked as if I had gone back in time about 20 years. Again, this is 3 weeks into it. So anyway, the fourth question that they want us to answer is, what do we have in our pockets? This is what we've got in our pockets. Let me see yours.
This is what we have in our pockets.
And thank you so much, Marci Preble. I love you. I am so eternally grateful. Thank you, everybody.
So much fun to be here, and I love you too. And let's heal the world. Have a great day.
Bye.